Yes, moving on. Speaking of things getting dark, Kuzu no Honkai.
Oh, you saw it.
You didn't watch. Yeah, you didn't watch this, right?
I saw the first episode.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not watching it though. I can't with these types of shows.
Why not? It's so fucked up.
It's really good, but no, I can't watch. It's so fucked up. I'm gonna be depressed if I watch it.
It's so. I know.
I don't want to be depressed.
Oh my god. Oh, I will say, okay, at least try watching episode 2. At least try watching episode 2. And no, because I mean, yes, there are parts where it gets dark, but there's like some actually like good parts. Cause all right, so for those who don't know, basically boy and girl are dating. They're dating to use each other to forget the fact that they're both in love with teachers that go to their own school, and both teachers that they're in love with are into each other. And they can't deal with that. So they're like, oh, let's just be with each other to, deal with it for now. And they kind of just like use each other like in that sense. And yeah, and we were joking, like, remember how we were joking? We were like, oh, they better be like killers or doing magical drugs girls. Or magical girls. Yeah, exactly. But this is a pretty good twist. I'm not gonna lie. This is a pretty good twist.
It's a pretty fucked up twist.
And a pretty fucked up twist. And then episode 2, it just gets even better because then there are new characters are introduced that are pining over the main character. The main characters Hana and Mugi. There's this girl named Noriko, and I think, I don't know, Noriko, you would like whatchamacallit. You would like Noriko because she's like tiny, small character who's all like, yeah, leave Mugi alone.
I'm not gonna like her because I'm gonna watch it and see her suffer or something and be like, oh, here we go, drama.
Yeah. And then, funny enough, then her counterpart, and the fact that in terms of unrequited love, is her name is Et-chan. I don't know what her full name is. I don't think they really say it yet. And she's actually gay. I put gay for Hana. Like, yeah, she's like, she kind of likes the female lead. And let me tell you something. This anime is so good. These are all the times where I'm like, I wish people would just be more up in each other's faces, like the main characters, like whenever they're getting shit on.
Yeah.
Yo, so Hana gets like 1,000,000 points because Noriko is introduced and she's like, oh, I like Mugi, like blah, blah, blah. And then as Mugi and Hana are walking home, Noriko's like, oh, hey Mugi, what's up? And she's like hugging him and like whatever. And then she's like just saying all this bad shit, like, about Hana. And then Hana's, for a while, she's just like taking it. I'm just like, what the fuck? And then they're kind of like, not taking her too seriously at first. And then she's like going out to reach out to like her boyfriend, or so I thought. And like, oh, she's probably gonna like wrap her arms around her. Wrap her arms around him and like kiss him or something. And like, because it's a romantic drama, right?
Yeah.
Instead, she grabs Noriko by her fucking shirt, and she's like, bitch, you better not be clinging on to things that don't belong to you. And I'm like, Noriko tried it. Yo.
Yeah, see, like, these types of shows, like, I do want to watch. I just
hope, oh my god, like, that
ridiculous dark territory. I'm not gonna like if it gets to the point where they're like, and I know it is, where they're gonna have like them like betraying each other or manipulating each other into loving, like cheating on the other one and stuff like that. It's gonna be hard for me to watch.
Actually, I think Um, I think that characters like Noriko and Etchen, who like the main characters, they're gonna be used as like a device to actually push like Hana and Mugi to the point where they're both like, oh shit, do we actually love each other now? Or what about the fact that we love like our, you know, our respect,
Teachers.
yeah, our teachers. So they're just gonna be. I feel like they're just gonna end up being really like just like their hearts are gonna end up being really confused about it, and I can't wait to see how that plays out. I'm so invested into it. You need to watch it. It's at least give the second episode.
I'll watch the second episode and we'll see how it goes.
Yes, by all means.
See how it goes.
Yes. Next, what is next?
I didn't see Little Witch Academia yet. Don't kill me. I'll watch all whatever was 3 or 4 episodes out. 3 episodes. Like have my review of that by next week because I do want to watch it. I just fell behind. So you next.
All right, Kiss Kata Bang Bang. I really kind of want to talk about this. I'm considering dropping it just because of the second episode.
Really? Is it that bad?
No, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. Basically, Kiss Kata Bang Bang is about these people who debut and about a idol group who debuts and like literally it starts with their like doing their whole like debut stage and then they do a press conference and then that's how you're introduced to the characters. There's Nomura R, who is the leader. He's not really good at being a leader yet, which is kind of funny because in most, at least in K-pop groups, a lot of the leaders are overshadowed by like everyone else's personality. So that's not a big surprise. And then there's his twin, Nomura L, who kind of seems a little bit devious. I think, I kind of like him. He says a lot of like low-key, like, sexual undertones. It's like, we're kind of being a little gay, but not really. So I kind of like him. He's kind of funny in that sense. There's Adam, who is my least favorite one because he's just a narcissistic attention whore. Like during the press conference, they're asking the last character I'm about to introduce a question, and he literally like interrupts, like he cuts him off, saying like, "Oh, like, it doesn't matter," da 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 da, and it's like you don't like yell at a reporter during a press conference that you're debuting. Like you don't do that as like an idol. Like that's okay if you're like. That's okay if you're like Justin Bieber, but like in Asia, you don't do that because literally everyone in Asia is like, whoa, look at these people with no manners. And then that's how they lose endorsements. That's how they don't get booked for shit. This is like an actual thing that happens. So I'm like, your attitude wouldn't fly in like a real idol world. And then last but not least, there's Rui. He's basically my favorite one because like no, actually I like Nomura L, the pervy one. He's actually my favorite. But this guy's second place because he's been in the idol group before. So like he knows how to conduct himself. He's a good singer, good dancer, yada yada yada. And seems to be the most reasonable while everyone else is just going on doing their stupidness because they're all teenagers and go to high school, so they're like all dumb, which is probably the reason why in today's idol world, well at least in Korea, they don't tend to put like a whole teenager group. Also that would be like kind of a little bit counterproductive because they're going to school at the time. But yeah, the main reason why I'm not so huge on this anime. Well, as of right now, this episode 2 is all centered around Adam, which I said is my least favorite character. Like, the whole premise of the episode is so stupid. Like, the episode is literally about like it's more or less about losing yourself sexually. Like, well, that's not the theme of the episode. Sorry, that's a theme of like, right? Oh, that's a theme of the song that they have to record, and he's like, oh, but I don't get the lyrics, so I can't put my heart and soul into it. I'm like, the lyrics are more or less like, oh, like the tension is rising, but like it's starting to heat up, but we can't go back now. Like that, like it's obviously implying that like, you know, whatever you're doing, you already hit like that point where of no return, that you can't go back. I'm like, how do you, like, this is a very simple concept. Like, I don't understand. Like, why are you so stupid?
So it's basically just frustrating you.
Yeah, because he's just so dumb. For some reason, I put middle school nurses are pedos, and I don't know why I wrote that. Essentially,
is that related to the show in any way?
I don't know why.
Random musing you had. You know what? Middle school nurses are pedos.
I feel like they did something like there's like a joke made, or they just like all had to get like naked for some reason, and because they were doing like measurements. There was nothing shown really. But yeah, and you know, just slight gay undertones everywhere for that episode. Because I don't know why they don't have any like female characters. Like, you know, I hate anime where it's like a full female cast and it's just like no men like whatsoever. But inversely, I also don't like a whole male cast and no girls like whatsoever. That is also not cool. Like, I just want like a mixed. I like the mixed cast. But that's neither here nor there. I might watch the next one. If I don't, well, it's whatever. Next.
Yes. So Masamune-kun is...
Let me get my notes.
Yeah, so first off, I love the show. This is my favorite romance of the season. This is. So the story is basically about this narcissistic asshole of a main character, Makabe, or Masamune, was it? Yeah, Masamune, yes.
Makabe. I'm like, what?
No, that's his name too, Makabe Masamune. But it's he basically, when he was growing up, got teased by this girl he liked for being fat, and that totally wrecked his whole world. Where he dedicated his life to losing weight, and now that he's in high school, he's super athletic and super skinny. He's basically like the ideal looking guy. And he still happens to go to the same high school as the chick who blew him off when he was a kid. And now he has this kind of twisted plot for revenge. Like, I'm going to get her to like me and then dump her and make her feel like I felt. Which normally I don't get behind because it's kind of a really shitty person. But the girl that he's trying to do this to is a major bitch who basically gets off on like getting people to confess to her their love for her and then just shitting all over them, like publicly. Like, she'll dig up dirt on people and just shit on them and slander them, ruin their reputation. So both major characters are just really, really big dicks. And they're trying to be like dicks to each other, like out-dick each other, is basically the premise of the story. He's trying to get her to fall in love with him so that he can dump her. And she's just trying to be a bitch.
As usual.
Yeah, as usual. She's trying to be like, this is my ultimate prey. If I can make a fool of him, then...
like, I win.
Yeah, then I win. So, hilarity ensues. And I haven't seen the third episode, but the first two episodes... I know the third episode is good. I've seen screenshots. But the first two episodes are a common, like they're extremely funny. First off, I rewatched the first episode and I forgot his mom is like like a little girl.
Yeah, right. Like she's so tiny.
Yeah, but yeah, so he's totally afraid of all like the fattening shit. Like he doesn't eat breakfast or anything. And
To be fair.
oh god,
Who the fuck? No, who the fuck makes fried chicken for breakfast?
yo, you know what I had for breakfast today? I had buffalo chicken sandwiches for breakfast today. Okay.
Okay. No, wait. Okay, what time did you have said breakfast at?
Like 12.
Okay, see that's brunch, so that's not even breakfast.
If it was seven, I still would have those sandwiches.
Just because it is your first meal of the day does not make it breakfast.
Oh my god, that's
literally not how it works.
Yeah, so my favorite character actually might be the I forgot her name, but the assistant.
Oh wait, are you talking about Yoshino?
Yes, Yoshino.
Oh my god, can I tell you? I think she might be my favorite character too. Also, do you think it's just a coincidence that her last name is Kawai?
Nope, that is not.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that is legit contender for plot twist of the season for me because I did not see that shit coming in the second episode.
And it's so early. It's so early.
Like I was definitely like, oh no, she knows, and then fucking Yoshino's like, oh yeah, I'm also like a fucking ninja, fucking super.
Yeah,
I want revenge too. Let me in on this.
Yeah, that's so funny. I'm just waiting for a part where she like just has a meltdown and she just flat out like admits like I just want her to suffer.
Yeah,
because I can. That would be cool. Because like as of now, she's like, oh, if she I think she says in the third episode, oh, as of right now, I think the way she isn't really good, and I think if something to like lower her ego just a bit will make her into like a better person, and this is the best way how.
Yeah, no.
What?
I definitely want to see her crack and be like, no, this bitch needs to go down.
Right. Yeah, it's great. Also, another great moment is whatchamacallit when spoilers for episode 3. Basically they have like a contest to see like because exams are coming up and they're like basically like helping like the dumbest people study. And basically like the winner of like that competition, like, well, you'll see when you watch it. I don't want to spoil it too much for you. But basically, the day of the test, they like just walk up to each other and then just they just like lock eyes and then she just starts like grilling him and he's just like answering all these like random questions and they just look at each other and then she just walks away. And I'm just like, that was so tense and so funny. It was really good.
Yes, this is a really good rom. If you are the opposite of Kuzu no Honkai, then watch this. If you want just lighthearted romantic comedy.
Ew. Just kidding, I love it too. All right, what is next?
Okay, so Minami, the Viking one. I could not stay awake for a single episode of this show. I tried 3 times to watch this show, and each time I fell asleep before the 15-minute mark. I'm sorry. I literally cannot watch this without falling asleep. And that's not a good thing because I've seen boring shows, not boring. I've seen relaxing shows where you're mellowed out. I forgot the name of it, but there's one where this girl is like a photographer, and the whole show is just her taking pictures and talking to her friends about pictures and stuff. And that show would be boring to most people, but I actually liked it because it's relaxing and soothing. This show is just flat out boring. It bores me to death. There's nothing interesting about any of the characters in the 15 minutes I saw. Granted, that's not like I can't watch past 15 minutes, so I can't really judge it because it just puts me to sleep. So I guess I have no opinion on it, but I'm not watching it because unless I need to fall asleep, I'm not going to be able to get through this.
Cool. Moving on.
Moving on, we're going to go straight down to Super Lovers because I did not watch. Yeah, Schoolgirl Strikers, I haven't seen yet. Seiren, I've only seen part of the first episode. I actually finished that. Spirit Pact, I also have to watch. So, hate me. I've watched a lot.
Jesus. All right, Super Lovers. This is just like a tall order. Just Super Lovers. So where it picks off, Super Lovers picks off, is Haruko, which is Haru and Ren's mother. It's Haru's actual mother, Ren's adopted mother. She comes from Switzerland. And she's like, hey, I'm going to take Ren back with me from Switzerland. Like, that's where they last left off. And then Haru is like, no, don't do that. And then Ren is like, no, don't do that. And then so that's literally just like the first episode, more or less. Yeah, it's really nice and like not a lot happens. However, second episode. Ooh boy. So it starts off with Ren and his friend in the nurse's office, or on their way to nursing office. And Ren, because he's now of that age, he's like just asking about like, start asking about like sex. Shit. I wrote in my notes like there's like a joke about like bottoming, and I forgot what it was. All I know, it was so fucking funny. Like I think I told you in a call, like they made the joke and like I was in the middle of eating, like I almost fucking choked. Like it was so funny. Oh my god. Haru just like asking like, oh, how does this work? And then like the school nurse is like, please don't ask me questions about sex between men. And he's like, wait, you can have sex between men? And then the other guy and his school classmate and his teacher are like, oh my god, please stop. Please stop. That's like the first like 4 minutes of the episode. It is so funny. And then it gets a little more serious. One of Haru's other brothers from another marriage, Aki, he doesn't want to stay around the house because the mother, Haruko, is there. But unfortunately, of course, has to be that moment where he serves up and then Haruko just comes up unexpectedly and she's like, oh, hey. She's trying to like, she literally just tries so hard to, to be nice. And she's like, hey, Aki, what's up? And then he's just like, pausing and she's like, yeah, I'm leaving. As he goes to leave, I think Ren comes back and like he says something. I think it's about like, because like there's like some weird drama about, okay, so basically Haru's parents died in an accident that took place like immediately after like Haru came back from Japan. Sorry, not from Japan. After he comes back from Canada. He goes from Canada where Ren was, and he goes to Japan, and literally like as everyone's departing from like the air from like the why am I blanking out on like basic vocabulary? The airport, thank you. As they come back from the airport, literally car crash. Both of them are dead.
That escalated quickly.
Yeah, right. I'm like, and then he goes through a whole bunch of shit. I think, but basically, Haruko says something about it. Like she mentions the accent very casually, and then Aki, seeing how that was his mom and dad who just died, kind of just like goes off, and he more or less blames Haruko for the accident. But then Ren blames himself because I forget what actually happened in the first one, because it like the time skips are like very often like the first series. Yeah, so basically Ren is blaming himself, even though like he was like a kid and he didn't really do much. But yeah, so the rest of the episode is like them trying to like not everyone's trying to not hate each other. Hate each other and themselves at the same time. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And it ends on like a nice note. It got really funny. I like just watch the second episode just for that scene, and you don't have to watch anything else. It was so funny. I was crying.
Jeez, the second episode like an hour long because it sounds like a lot of shit happened.
No, well, I just talked a lot about it because I interjected like a lot of the plot that just happened in the first season that I forgot. That's like you need to know, or else you won't like know what the hell they're talking about. But yeah, that's basically it for Super Lovers 2. Watch it if you're into that stuff. If not, that's okay too. Moving on.
Urara. Which, so I like Urara.
I dropped it. It's just not my cup of tea. It's literally just girls doing shit that's not really exciting at all. Like they're like just not doing anything really exciting.
So you know how I said that biking Minami show is boring and puts me to sleep?
I feel like it's like that.
All right, this is your version of that. But for me, this is what I like. This is what everything that show needed to be. So what I like about it is it A, has actual comedy, B, has actual good characters, and C, is just has a cute and fun like exterior to it. It's just basically these 4 girls who go to a city to become diviners, and they study different types of like fortune telling. Like one uses tarot cards, one uses I forgot what the other one uses. Basically just different styles of fortune telling, and they just have fun and do cute things. If you don't like cute girls doing cute things and being cute, then you won't like it. But if you do like that kind of stuff, it's definitely the #1 show of the season for that.
I like the characters are fine. It's just like, well, for starters, no offense, but calling it a comedy is a bit of a push. Especially compared to everything else.
All right. Well, yeah, it's not a slapstick comedy. It's not like Maid Dragon or Konosuba. This is
or any comedy that's actually funny. But
it's if you like slapstick, this is not slapstick. This is more of like a Seinfeld-y type of comedy where it's like very.
I feel like you just offended people who watch Seinfeld.
Well, you know what? It is like Seinfeld type comedy. It's just you see them going about their daily lives, and the mundaneness of it is the comedy of it. And it's just them being cute. And honestly, there's a lot more fan service than I expected. Like this is one of the most fan service shows of the season, in a season with Akiba Strip in it. So
this season isn't really big on the fan service,
it's
actually.
not. It's not. But this show is kind of makes up for it. It's not. Well, no, it is because there's like a lot of panty shots and stuff in it too. So it's. I'd say it's
Yeah.
more fan servicey than Akiba Strip, if only because it's blatant fan service as opposed to it being tied into the plot or anything. But yeah, if you liked what was that, Gochi Usa or Kirino Mosaic, it's that type of show. It's just cute. That's all it is. It's just cute.
All right. Last but not least,
All right, so like you should watch this. Did you watch it?
I did watch it actually.
Oh shit! Did you watch 3 episodes of it, or you saw the first?
Yeah, I saw them.
Yeah, good.
No, yeah, I didn't think I'd end up actually liking the show, but I you know what? You're right. You're right. I'm gonna concede to the fact that I just do like the bitchy characters.
Yeah,
I just
exactly.
do like the bitchy characters. I like them half the time. I don't like them when they're picking on like good-natured people for no reason. That I don't like. But when they're just being like just their normal bitchy selves, like it's great. And in this anime called Yojo Senki, it is no different.
Yeah. So, do you want to give the convoluted plot, or should I?
Oh wait, what's her name again?
Tanya?
Hanya?
Tanya.
Oh, Tanya. Tanya. Okay. I just need her name and I can just go from there. So it starts out with Tanya, just like who is apparently like a mage who in the middle of a war where they're
World War One,
quote unquote, because it's not
it's not
in our
named
world.
World War One, but it's like literally the same type of World War One setting that it literally looks just like World War One.
Essentially, basically, she's a Nazi, and she's like, but in this world, it's like magic and shit, and you know, she's just like shooting, blah blah blah. You know, very actiony, very cool. You know, lots of stuff is happening. She shows you get the impression that she's kind of a dick. At first, it was like, oh, well, she's just being hard ass because, you know, this is war and you have to be hard ass. And then two mages kind of like fuck up, like they disobey her orders. So she gets them sent to like this like tower. And then yeah, she's like and then one of the other characters, I forget her name as well. She reports back to her. She's like, "Oh no, those two guys that you like you immediately got rid of, like they died." And then she's like, "Oh, wow, well, it's not that surprising, seeing how that's like the first place they attack." And then the girl's like, oh, "Did you put them there on purpose?" And she's like, maybe. I'm just like, well, goddamn. So that's more or less like the first episode. In the second episode, it shows her origin story, which is a lot longer than you expect.
It's a lot retarded, like really
especially because she starts out as her being a middle-aged Japanese man in Japan in this world. Basically, his job is just to fire people, and he's just like, "Oh, I'm going to work my way up in the company. That's all I'm gonna do because ambition." And so he fires someone. That guy does not take it so well and decides to repay him by pushing him in front of a subway. And then everything slows down, and then he's like, "Why is everything slowing down?" And he's like, "Yo, what's up? I'm God. You should believe in me." And he's like, "Well, I don't." But like I stopped time for you and everything. Like, how do you still not have faith in me? He was like, nope, dear, I don't acknowledge you or will never praise you. Eat a dick. And he's like, you know what? All right. Well, we're just gonna do something to fix that. And and then yeah, so he dies. Like time is unfrozen. He is immediately killed by the train, and then he gets reincarnated as a little girl with very in a world where magic exists. She ends up having like an incredible magic output. She's like an orphan and whatnot. So she requests to be. She basically signs up for the army at like the age of 10, and basically it just shows like in continuing her background story. It's episode 3, like she just goes through shit happening. Like she's able to like take out like a whole like enemy. I don't even know what to refer to them because I don't really know army terms that well.
Well, like the squad.
Yeah, it takes out a whole squad. Like she takes out like yeah, like a whole few of them, all by accident. Almost dies in the process. And then they're like, oh well. And mind you, her whole plan at the age of 10 is like, well, now that I got blown to bits fighting all these people, now I can just sit back and enjoy living. And then they're like, no, go and whatchamacallit, go and be a test dummy for this super crazy powerful crystal thing. And then she's like, what? And every day she's just getting blown to bits because like this technology just seems to be very unstable. Apparently the main concept is like they like you these crystals harness their powers so they can like fly and like shoot like explosive like ammo essentially from their guns. So what happens next is she gets another premonition from God or whatever, and she's like, I still don't believe in you, like whatever, even though you literally made me reincarnate into this girl, and this is the second time I'm having this like quote unquote delusion. And he's like, all right, I'll make you praise me. And then they're testing out their shit again. And the guy's like, oh, I had a divine intervention from God. And then he goes out of his way to say, oh, weren't you visited by the same God? And she's like, nope, it's just a coincidence. To the point where they're trying it again, and it's about to explode, and it's about to kill her. Because he's like, oh, where's it turning on the safety? And he's like, I took off the safety because God said it was okay. Essentially. And then time freezes, and he's like, well, I tried this nice way, but I'm going to have to go all Old Testament on you. Basically, acknowledge me, and I'll let this machine work, and you'll always be good. Or you can die. These are your options. And then, of course, because Tanya did not want to die, she obviously caved in and said, God, whatever, help me. Which basically explains in the beginning, whenever she does like something like really badass or crazy powerful, she always says like a prayer. Because that's the only way to activate the machine and make her incredibly strong.
Yeah. Which was awesome because I was wondering that she was doing that in the whole first episode. When in the second episode, it's obvious that she like hates God.
You know, I totally like I was so engrossed in the background story. It didn't even hit me. Like she's praying to God, yet she hates this so-called God.
Yeah. So it's like kind of like an ironic type of like, oh, if I need to fucking survive and win this war, I need to at least pray every time I take out my gun.
Oh God.
But yeah, no, she's a complete bitch.
Yeah, but I like her.
I do like her only because she's kind of like, I like really smart, kind of like plotting type character. Like she's like light, kind of like light from Death Note.
Yeah, it's okay. Like if you're a bitch, as long as you're like smart about it. Like just be smart about it. Don't be like, oh, I'm a bitch, but I don't. But like, there's nothing redeeming about me. In addition, I'm just a bitch.
I like the scene in the third episode where she gives her the other girl the orders to. She's like, I'm gonna make you an officer or something, and you're gonna go back home and train or whatever. And the girl's like, are you gonna? Am I gonna get killed with artillery at my home? And Tanya just gives her like the OD fucking like mean look,
and he just walks out. I'm just like,
bitch, that was one time.
Right, it's like I do it to every person.
Just because I killed those two people, how do you think I'm gonna kill everybody?
Oh, technically, she didn't kill him.
Yeah, no, she's lovable in that way, and then she's totally like, I don't like her character because she's like that whole. She still has the mentality of a middle-aged Japanese guy, and she's like totally egotistical and conceited and fucking thinks she can control everything, and her plans always end up getting fucked over. Like, stupid shit.
Oh god, yeah, this is really funny. I love how she's like trying to be like, wait, I have to pretend like I don't want to go back.
When she gets the orders to go back home, she's like, oh, I gotta pretend I don't want to do this so that I can go back home.
Right, it's great. Yeah, I'm gonna keep watching it. It's very interesting. A decent amount of action to keep me pulled in. But I like her as a character. I also like that like they're also making God out to be like kind of a Old Testament dickhead.
Yeah, he's kind of, I don't know who's a bigger dick between God and Tanya.
Probably still her.
Yeah, probably. Also, we can't go this far without saying that their faces are weird, like creepy weird.
Yeah, they have some weird fucking faces.
And it's just Tanya and the other girl. Like everyone else is fine. It's just
maybe it's because they're mages. I think it's because they're mages. They get that weird eye color.
They get weird eyes that are like taking up 75% of their face and like.
I know we have to observe. But yeah, that's Shoujo Senki.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep watching it. It's gonna be pretty good.
Yeah, I have good high expectations. With that, I think we're done, right?
Yep. Oh, I do want to say that I'm gonna put a maybe on Eldlive, whatever it's pronounced. It's like, what do we call it? Schizophrenic Cop last time?
Yes, Schizophrenic Space Cop.
Only because I did see a couple of scenes from it, and it has a Men in Black kind of feel where it's just him and this other girl going around arresting aliens. And I don't know. I like Men in Black, and it reminds me of Men in Black, so maybe.
All right. Well, you tell me how that pans out.
Yeah. But yep. Other than that, I think that covers everything.
Yeah. So I guess we'll be back next week. God willing.
Yeah. We'll be back next week with our reviews of the next episodes of each of these shows, as well as some of the shows we didn't cover, like Bang Dream and like the 20 shows I didn't watch yet.
No one told you to overcommit like you
always do. This is my problem. This is always my problem when I start watching stuff in the new season. I'm like, I'm gonna watch these 50 shows, and then
so I guess we're gonna end it here for now.
Yep. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe.
Absolutely. As of now, we are on SoundCloud and Twitter. Yay! Yep. So come check us out. Come and tweet or twat at us if.
Is that what they call you?
What have
you? Come twat at us.
Come twat at us. Oh gosh. All right, guys. Well, this is your wonderful host of the evening. This is Drooby Doo, and
Sober Oni.
we're signing out. Bye.
Later, guys.